And now we have a fun fact with Ms. Fox.
Hey, wine students. Have you heard about shaking your wine? This technique is where you pour out the first glass out of a bottle of wine, and then you put the cork back on, or you screw the screw cap back on, and you shake it up. You may have seen people doing this, and it's a little odd looking, I have to say. But then, why are they doing this? So, most wines contain sulfites in them in order to protect the wine from discoloring and such. And when you and then the winemaker will add nitrogen into the bottle to try to minimize the use of sulfites, and the nitrogen's in there next to the wine, and the nitrogen can get into the wine and it compresses the flavor. So when you think about, like, let's say the whole flavor of the wine is a round ball. If you think about if one of the sides of the balls is just really like your dog's got it in its mouth and it's just like pinching one side of the flavor, that's what happens when nitrogen is mixed into wine. And so what we're trying to do in some cases, and this is in wines that are somewhere in the neighborhood of under 2 years old. After 2 years, they've got enough age on them to have the nitrogen not affect the wine. But if they're under 2 years old and you shake that, what's happening is you're basically extracting the nitrogen from the wine. You open it back up, you pour the glasses, the wine is going to be fuller in terms of its flavor profile than it would have been otherwise. So then people say, well, can you decant or like aerate through the aerators? Does that help? And it really doesn't, because you're introducing oxygen, but you haven't really pulled the nitrogen out of the wine yet. So it kind of doesn't do well with either of them. So what you want to do is, if you're going to use a decanter or an aerator, do it after you do the shake, baby.
Ms. Fox, thanks. I'm all shaken up. Thanks for that wine fun fact.